Hey gang, it's Bryan from FXBilliards. Today we are going to talk about how to plan your 8-ball runouts for more success. Now the runout that we're going to have here is going to be a little on the challenging side, which is great because it shows us some of the options that we need to take and some of the plans that we need to make in order to run out. So first, let's take a look at the table. We had a pretty decent break here. We made a low ball on the break. Frankly, if we were playing a professional level match, I would not take the low balls, but I know a lot of you play APA, so we're going to pretend we need to take the low balls here, even though they are the most challenging ones. We really would do better off with the stripes here, but again, for illustration purposes, we are taking the low balls. Some of you may not recognize it right away, but we have a couple challenges on the table. The 6-ball is in a position that it can only be made from a certain zone on the table. The 7-ball is up against the short rail, and the 5-ball goes in one pocket, possibly two different pockets. So at the minimum, we have two shots that we're going to need perfect position on. Not zone, but perfect position. So what's the first step in planning our run out? This is where most amateur players make their big mistake that costs them the entire game, and the reason they don't run out very often. You need to plan your runouts in reverse. What is the ball you're going to be shooting before you shoot the 8? What balls are connected to the 8-ball? From here, there's only one ball that naturally puts you on the 8-ball, and that is the 6-ball. Yes, we can get on the 8 from other balls that are on the table, but keep in mind, the 6-ball has to be out of the way, has to be off the table before we're even shooting at the 8. So the 6-ball becomes the logical and most obvious key ball for us. Continuing to move backwards in the rack, the ball that's most likely to put us on the 6 is the 3, or possibly the 5-ball. You have to have a key to your key ball. You can't say the 6 is going to be my key ball, that'll put me on the 8, and not have a plan for getting on the 6. So if we look at the rack, we can see that the 3 can put us on the 6, and the 5 can put us on the 6 as well. So now that you know or have a good idea how you're going to get to your key ball and how your key ball is going to get you to the 8, you have to figure out how you're going to solve any problems at the table. And right now, the 7-ball sitting on the rail is a problem shot, so we want to get to it as soon as possible. The most logical route right now to get on that 7-ball is to play the 1-ball with high right-hand English and come in behind the 7. So we started with our key ball. We're working backwards from our key ball on our run out. We have a plan to deal with our problem shot, and now we take our 1-ball shot. And notice that the 1-ball is not the easiest ball on the table. So many amateur players would shoot that 2-ball right now. We could play the 2 and then the 1 to get on the 7, but this is why we tried to clear up our problems early. If we don't get it done from the 1-ball, we have a chance to do it from the 2-ball, or possibly even the 5. But that brings us to the next point in our video. We need to be able to adjust, call an audible, and change our pattern. So here we play the 2, the length of the table, and draw it back to get on the 7-ball. Now the 7 to the 5 has to be perfect. If we are out of line with this 5-ball, we'll never get on the 3-ball. So we play a nice little draw shot here. We got the position we want on the 5-ball. We can easily come off the rail here after playing the 5 in the side pocket and get us on the 3. We have to be perfect once again on this 3-ball because the 3 is taking us to our key ball, the 6, and we have to park ourselves between those two striped balls to get a nice straight shot on the 6-ball. And we come off the rail with perfect position, moving in line with the 6-ball. We're just going to tap the 6-ball in. We will have an easy side pocket shot on the 8-ball, and it is a wrap. So let's recap. We started out playing the rack in reverse. figuring out what our key ball is going to be. Sometimes you'll have two choices that will get you on the 8 ball, but you have to know how you're getting on the 8. Working backwards, we have a plan for any problem shots that we have on the table. Then we are going to call audibles if we ever get out of line. For those of you that are not familiar with football, American football, I use the term calling audibles all the time. It simply means you have a play in mind, but what happens is in the heat of battle, things change and you need to change the play. So when you hear me talk about calling audibles, all I'm saying is you had a plan for your run out, but things changed up because you got out of line, or maybe you discovered a new pattern during the course of your run. So even though we intended on getting on the 7 ball from the 1 ball, once we got out of line, the 2 ball became our next option. And we got nice position on the 7 that put us on this 5 ball. So that's what we're talking about when we changed the play. We stayed with our key ball. We stayed with our pattern everywhere after that. But for that particular sequence, we did change because we just made a bad shot from the 1 to the 7. Another lesson for those of you who are paying attention is we are running this rack from one end of the table to the other. This is not as important on bar boxes because there are no long shots, but when you're playing on a 9-foot table, it is a good idea, if possible, to plan your run so that you're working one end of the table and then the other end. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit us in the comments. Give us a thumbs up. And talk to you later.